It was a crisp Wednesday evening in our sleepy little town of Willow Creek, Oregon, when the world turned upside down for my family. I'm Tom Harper, just a regular dad with a knack for grilling and a past in the Marines. My wife, Emily Harper, is a county prosecutor with a reputation for taking down the worst of the worst. Our son, Ethan, 16, is a tech-savvy kid with dreams of becoming a lawyer like his mom, always filming his life for his future attorney vlogs. That night, Ethan was walking home from his robotics club, phone in hand, capturing the golden hour glow of our quiet streets. Little did we know, that habit of his would save us from a nightmare that still makes my stomach churn. Ethan was 2 blocks from our house on Cedar Lane when a sleek, official-looking police cruiser pulled up beside him. This wasn't some rinky-dink security card. It had flashing lights, decals, the whole deal. Out steps a guy calling himself Officer Mark, dressed head to toe in a crisp uniform with a badge that gleamed under the streetlights, radio crackling like something straight out of a cop show. He had handcuffs dangling from his belt, and his patch read Community Compliance Unit. Ethan, raised to respect authority, stopped and showed his ID. "Officer, I live right down the street," he said, his voice steady but confused, all caught on his phone's live stream. Mark started rattling off nonsense about suspicious activity and violating neighborhood codes. "I've lived in Oregon my whole life, and I've never heard of a neighborhood with its own police force." But this guy was convincing, and Ethan, being the good kid he is, didn't argue. Then things got ugly. Mark slapped real, cold metal handcuffs on my 16-year-old son, spouting a half-baked version of Miranda rights like he'd memorized it from a TV script. Ethan, who's never even gotten a speeding ticket, was suddenly under arrest for walking home in a hoodie. Thank God he kept filming. His live stream, meant for his 500 followers, was blowing up 1,000 viewers, then 1,500, with comments screaming, "This ain't right," and "Call your parents." People could see Mark's hands shaking, his voice cracking, like he was nervous someone might catch him in the act. Back home, I was tossing a salad for dinner, thinking about how nice it'd be to have a quiet night, when my phone pinged. Ethan's text read, "Dad, cops arrested me for walking home." My heart stopped. Ethan doesn't exaggerate, and our town's as safe as it gets. I called Emily, who was finishing up at the prosecutor's office. "Emily, Ethan says he's been arrested, but he was just walking home from robotics." There was this pause, that moment when your spouse's brain kicks into high gear. Then Emily's voice went ice cold, the kind that means someone's about to regret crossing her. "Tom, there's no such thing as a neighborhood police force in Oregon. Get to Ethan's location." "I'm on my way." I grabbed my keys and sped to the address Ethan sent, a converted office in a strip mall with a sign reading Community Safety Headquarters. Through the window, I saw Ethan sitting in what looked like a fake police station, complete with a desk and a holding area. Mark was pacing, talking into his radio, trying to look official, but sweating buckets. I stormed in, my Marine instincts screaming that something was off. "Badge number. Department. Supervisor's name." "Now," I demanded. Mark stammered, muttering about community safety protocols. His uniform was perfect, but his answers were garbage. When he said, "Sir, this is official business, step back," his voice shook like he was about to bolt. That's when Ethan whispered, "Dad, I'm live streaming. Over 2,000 people are watching." The comments were going wild, real cops chiming in, saying Mark's behavior was a red flag. Then I heard Emily's car screech into the lot. My wife, Emily Harper, county prosecutor, mother, and a force of nature, walked in with her badge in hand and a look that could melt steel. Mark didn't stand a chance. Emily flashed her credentials. "I'm County Prosecutor Emily Harper, and you're illegally detaining my son. Impersonating an officer is a felony in Oregon. You have 30 seconds before I call the real police." Mark's tough guy act crumbled. He uncuffed Ethan so fast you'd think the cuffs were electrified. Ethan, still filming, announced to his growing audience, "Prosecutor Mom just shut down fake cops." The viewer count hit 3,000, and the internet was losing it. As we left, our neighbor Clara approached, clutching a folder. "Tom, Emily, this isn't random. Sarah Miller's been asking about prosecutor families. She moved here 6 months ago, right after Emily's promotion hit the news." Clara's notes were chilling. Sarah had been digging into our routines, Ethan's schedule, even my grocery runs. This wasn't a prank. Someone was targeting us. Emily went into full prosecutor mode, digging into Sarah Miller's background. The Community Compliance Unit was a sham, no registration, no legal standing. Mark's real name was Michael Reed, a former security guard with a rap sheet for fraud. The uniforms, the cruiser, the badge set was all bought from surplus stores, costing thousands. This was a funded operation. That night, Emily spread papers across our kitchen table, her face grim. Tom, they knew my job, Ethan's habits, everything. This is personal. Ethan's video was now at 5,000 subscribers, with viewers spotting inconsistencies in Michael's uniform and sharing stories of similar scams. But Sarah wasn't done. She posted a doctored video online, using doorbell footage to paint Emily as a power-hungry official bullying community volunteers. Neighbors who didn't know us started whispering. Sarah was turning our town against us. Clara called the next morning, voice shaking. Emily, Sarah's been using another name, Rachel Klein. I found clippings about you from 5 years ago. At Clara's house, we saw a scrapbook straight out of a horror movie. Articles about Emily's cases, photos of her, and a headline. Rachel Klein, convicted of fraud, sentenced to 5 years. Emily froze. I prosecuted her, she whispered. 5 years ago, Rachel had scammed elderly residents, posing as a government official to steal their savings. Emily's testimony sent her to prison. She'd been released 6 months ago, right when Sarah moved to Willow Creek. This wasn't just revenge, it was a vendetta. Sarah announced a town meeting to address the Harper family issue, framing us as elitists flouting community rules. Ethan, now with 10,000 subscribers, decided to film it. Hiding lets bullies win, he said. Emily hesitated but agreed we needed witnesses. That morning, a chilling note appeared in our mailbox. An article about Rachel's conviction, Emily's photo circled in red, with "Ready for the reunion, Emily," scrawled across it. Emily's face went white. On Ethan's live stream, now at 15,000 viewers, she spoke directly to the camera. 5 years ago, I prosecuted Rachel Klein for defrauding seniors. She threatened to ruin my family, to make me feel powerless. She's been planning this since prison. The comments exploded. Viewers shared scam stories. Lawyers praised Emily, and the tension built. The town hall was a powder keg. Sarah, oozing confidence, had her supporters front and center, with Michael and 2 other fake security officers in uniform. Her slides and stats were slick, accusing us of disrupting Willow Creek's peace. Ethan's stream hit 20,000 viewers, catching every lie. When Emily stood, the room hushed. Miss Miller, or should I say Rachel Klein, show us your legal authority to detain minors with fake officers. Sarah deflected, but Emily pressed. Impersonating police is a felony. Admit you're running a scam. Clara and other neighbors stood, sharing stories of fake fees and threats. The crowd turned. Sarah snapped, screaming, "You ruined my life, Emily. 5 years in prison while you got promoted." She admitted to stalking us, renting a house to watch us, creating the fake unit for revenge. Ethan's stream hit 35,000 viewers as she ranted. "I planned this for 5 years, and I'm not done." Then she dropped a bomb. "You don't remember, do you, Emily? The case that broke everything. Your dad would be so disappointed." The room froze. Emily's hands shook. Sarah sneered. "Car accidents can be so tragic, can't they?" Ethan's viewers, now 40,000, went wild, theorizing about Emily's father's death, long thought an accident. Was Sarah implying murder? Emily, voice breaking, demanded, "What do you know about my father?" Sarah just grinned, reveling in the chaos. The next day, a chilling call came. "Nice viral video, Mrs. Harper, but Rachel wasn't alone. Check your mailbox in 10 minutes. Inside was an envelope with photos of us, Emily at work, Ethan at school, me in the yard, taken over months. Worse, it held Ethan's birth certificate and my military records. This wasn't just Rachel. The FBI confirmed a criminal network targeting prosecutors, with Rachel as their pawn. Ethan's video had exposed them, forcing their hand. Rachel was arrested, charged with stalking, fraud, and parole violations. Michael cooperated, revealing he was hired by a shadowy safety group. The town rallied behind us, and Clara's push for stricter community oversight passed. 2 years later, Ethan's at Stanford Law, His platform now a 100,000 subscriber nonprofit teaching kids their rights. Emily leads a federal task force. Her book Justice at Home a bestseller. I run a security firm helping families stay safe. Our town stronger, with new laws protecting against fraud. But that hidden camera we found in our garden, still recording after Rachel's arrest, who was behind it? The network's crumbling, with 20 arrests, but someone's still out there. So what do you think? Was Emily's dad's death really an accident, or is there a darker truth? Who's still watching the Harpers? Should Ethan keep exposing scams, knowing it paints a target on his back? Drop your thoughts below. Hit that like button if this story shook you, and subscribe for more real-life dramas that'll keep you up at night. Stay sharp out there.